Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I'm William Hyman. I'm your host. You're at Just Force 911, where we look at how our public officials do their job, or they just really pooch screw stuff up. Guys, we have a bunch of cops who turn a public area into a private area in the street. Yeah, you heard it here first. These ass clowns, for some reason, can't understand what the difference is, even after they've been warned that the other town next to them made the same mistake. It's like, well, it was us. And this one kid goes, yeah, it was public, now it's private. Man, these cops are just stupid. It's amazing how dumb they are. You know, it just, this comes to us today from Liberty Hangout. Go check her out. Tell her I sent you guys over there. Hit her subscribe button. Hit her like and share. And check her out. She's been at this for quite a while, and what she does is interview people. And it's, you know, cops that, you know, well, you can't be here. It's public. Yes, I can. And she says that I should become a First Amendment auditor. And it's like, dear, you are a First Amendment auditor. You're standing up for the Constitution of the United States. Hello. Anyway, guys, let's get this thing. Do me a favor. Will you hit the subscribe button on mine? We're trying to get to 4,000 views. We're not that far away. If you guys can help me out, please. Also, hit the like and share, the subscribe, and the thumbs up, and leave me a comment. Sorry, I got the hiccups. All right, so here we go.
Right now, we're going to ask you to leave, okay?
And what if I don't?
Then you will go to jail.
I'm going to go to jail. So what policy or city code am I breaking?
I'm asking you once again to please leave our market area.
So what policy or city code am I breaking?
Ma'am, I'm going to ask one more time, and then I'm not asking.
What'll happen if I don't leave? What's going to happen if I don't leave?
So basically the way it is right now is this is private property for the farmers market.
Okay.
They don't want you guys on property.
Okay.
You're welcome to step off of property, which is anything outside of the cordoned off area, but that's fine. So at this time, you guys are being trespassed, okay?
So we just went through this in Lakeland, downtown Lakeland, for their farmers market. Who owns this street?
This street?
Yeah.
This will be owned by the city.
So this is hold on, Justin, I've got it.
It's owned by the city, but right now it's being rented out as a private event.
Yeah, so this isn't a private event. It's an event open to the public, and the permit that is hosted here is just to have the market. And this is a traditional public forum in the highest extent, and I have every right to be here.
That's your take on it?
That's the law.
Okay, that's your take on it?
Yeah.
But right now we're going to ask you to leave, okay?
And what if I don't?
Then you will go to jail.
Now, you ever notice how these cops say, well, that's your take on it. You know, deal with it in court. You can sue us. It's okay. Yeah, you don't care because you have qualified immunity. Well, when they strip your qualified immunity away, then you cry and whine. Well, what's wrong with our qualified immunity? We didn't know. Well, you did because she told you. Yeah, you screwed up. Congratulations. You just matched the other 856 other cops that are getting sued across the country. Wow, you're a bright one. 15 IQ, what do you expect?
I'm going to go to jail if I don't leave the farmer's market.
Correct, yes.
You guys
So
are going to get
your options to move outside of here or go over here on Plant Street. You can talk to people on Plant Street. We don't care.
So what would you be arresting me for?
For trespass after warning, because you're being asked to leave the private event right now.
This isn't private. You guys are wrong.
Okay,
this is not a private event.
We're not going to argue about that. So it's going to be your choice. You can either leave or you can go to jail. That's your choices right now.
Okay. How long would I be in jail for?
You'll have a bond and you'll be able to bond out.
This is happening once again. We just went through this.
I believe they'll hear from our lawyers, and you guys risk losing qualified immunity. That's up to you if you want to do that.
Yeah. So I'm not going to get arrested because I have children at home, but you guys know this is not a private event.
Go down here to Plant Street and just sit there at the corner, and you can talk to anybody that you want outside of those black barriers.
Okay. So what law or city code am I breaking?
Right now, you're violating the events rules and regulations is what you're doing.
Okay. So that's not true. That their role.
According to them, you are. Okay.
Who are you?
He's event staff.
With who? Like, what's your name? That you're wanting me to be trespassed?
I'm asking you to leave once again.
Are you asking them to trespass me?
Yes, if you don't leave, that would be
And
the next
who are
step.
you? What's your name?
I work for event staff.
Okay. That's the name of the company, Event Staff?
Yes. Yes.
The name of the company is just Event Staff.
Okay, we're perpetuating this even longer. Why don't we just get on with it?
You guys
go.
are, so
You
I
can
am
do-
going to
you can
leave,
take
but
your
you
recourse
guys are
at a later
asking
time,
me,
but right now-
you're threatening me with arrest if I don't
It's
leave
not
a
a threat.
public event. Yeah, he said if I don't leave, I'm going to be arrested.
because you're being trespassed from the city of Winter Garden.
Are you going to
Private
file
pro-
that in court?
We will. Yes.
Okay,
If
please
we
do
need
that.
to.
Yeah, could you need my information to officially
No,
trespass
you
me?
need, You need to be trespassed first, or you need to.
You are
refuse
trespassing
to
me.
leave. Well, you are trespassed.
Okay, so if I get an official trespass warning, how do I obtain one of those?
Can I see your license?
Yes. I want you.
I cannot believe these cops are so stupid that they're willing to put this in writing. It's dumb enough that they're doing it on film, on video. But now you're going to write it out? Oh, my God. That's a whole nother level of stupidity.
Dispatch Romeo 17.
If you're threatening to trespass me,
By number.
does that entail being arrested if you just officially trespass me?
it does not. You have
Okay.
to be in handcuffs.
Right now
Okay.
you are officially
Mike?
trespassed.
So officially trespass. So that's a warning. Officially trespassing me means you have to file it.
So you're warned if you come back on the property that you can go to jail. Okay. If
Okay.
you refuse to leave, you can go to jail. That's what it is right now. So you're
Okay,
officially.
so I'm going to leave, but he has my ID, so I'm going to deal with him right now.
Get your ID back. You have to leave the property.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm officially trespassed. You're going to file this in court.
We're not going to file it in its course, but if you do come back, then we will file it in court or you will go to jail. Okay.
But there's no official trespass.
You are officially trespassed right now.
This is a warning. This is an official trespass.
You are officially trespassed from here. If you return, because what happens is you have to be trespassed. Okay. If you refuse to leave, then if you come back, you can go to jail. Or if you refuse to leave, you can go to jail.
Okay.
Okay.
So
you are
I'm going to leave because I have children and they.
Find out this gentleman's name.
Yeah. What is your name?
Event staff.
That's not your name. What is your name?
Unfortunately.
We'll find out. We'll find out your
Start
name.
making our way off the property, okay?
Okay, so I think it's really upsetting that this is happening once again. You guys are gonna have to hear from my lawyer once again. So yeah, we'll go this way.
It's not that hard to stand up for the First Amendment. That's
Yeah, this is a traditional public forum. You guys are kicking out. So why am I being asked to leave?
Oh Lord. We're done asking questions. You need to leave.
You're an officer who's threatening me with arrest. You can't answer my question.
I answered all the questions.
Why am I being asked to leave?
Public property.
Public property.
I explained that to you.
Is it because of who I am, or is it
It's a
because
closed event. It's not.
It is not.
private
It's an
property.
event
It's a
open to
closed
the
event
public.
from
Keep walking
7
back.
a.m. to 2 p.m., which is the same thing I told you at the beginning when I spoke to you.
literally walking on a public street.
Yeah.
Public sidewalk over here. Public park right here.
I went into a public restroom earlier. So if I come back next Saturday, you guys are going to arrest me.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes. On what grounds?
Trespass after
Trespass
warning.
after-
Trespass from a public event and public property. And then just to reiterate,
And it's run by the city government.
yeah, the city government holds this a permit, and the permit does not make this private property. We're going this way. I'm not telling these people where I'm parked. Oh, I don't know if you're allowed to record here, sir. So this is happening once again. Justin, get in front of me. This is not the video that I wanted to have to make today. We went to the Winter Garden farmers market, and as you can see, the police are threatening me with arrest once again. And I know my rights. I am in a traditional public forum. This is not a private event that they keep claiming it's private property, just like the Lakeland Police Department did, who had to be retrained. And so I guess we're gonna have to go through this again. This was not my intention. This is not what I wanted, but I'm going to stand up for myself and the First Amendment in public spaces to have conversations, even if people don't like what they're about. So I am leaving because I have children. Children are more important to get back home to than being arrested, because they did say that they would literally put me in handcuffs and I would spend the night in jail. So that's what we're doing.
Very nice.
So are we banned from the? Are we banned from the parking garage too?
From the farmer's market.
Okay, so that's not part of the farmers market over there, right?
Once you get past the black, you can be over there. You can see.
So you're gonna tell me I can't be on this public sidewalk?
That's correct.
How can I not be on a public sidewalk? So you're gonna tell me right here?
We need to keep walking.
Let's continue, please. Let's continue. It's
Yeah, now I'm not allowed on the public
we
sidewalks?
can keep talking after we get off
Is
the
this a
property.
sidewalk?
We can keep talking after we get off the property, okay?
What property though?
Yeah.
Like what? Get off of what property?
Keep walking, please.
Keep walking. He's gonna arrest me if I don't keep walking into the parking garage. If I did not have children back home, I would definitely just allow them to arrest me.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm in the parking garage. Anything else I can do for you guys? Any other rights of mine you want to violate?
Not at this time.
Not at this time, but just this one, just the first one. Yeah.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
hope you look forward to the video tonight.
We appreciate it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Make sure you post it everywhere. I don't have any social media, but I'm sure that, you all do.
You know, what's sad is that I'm not breaking any
Thank
laws.
you very
I'm
much.
not doing
Have a great
anything.
day.
He has no social media. Well, you do now, pal. You just walked into a shitstorm. Because oh my God.
You guys are going to have a nice, probably couple of weeks. So this is not my intention, but I almost feel compelled to start being a First Amendment auditor. We'll have to discuss if that's something that we want to break out into our channel. It's really, really just upsetting that here we are once again. The police just don't know the boundaries of what's private and public property.
And see, this is what turns a lot of people into auditors. It's the same thing that happened to me. I just don't have the temperament to go out and do what you guys do. The first time they came and tried to do that to me, I would be beat up, I'd be in the hospital, and then I'd be in prison. Because when these jackboot thugs try to push me around, that's not going to work well. I don't have the temperament for that. I'm going to lay that clown out. It's that simple. So, therefore, that's why I'm sitting behind the mic, and I give you guys the best videos that I think are out there for you folks to see with what's going on with our militarized police force that is run by the corporations of the United States. And it's sad. It really, really is sad, because these are public servants paid for by public dollars. You and me pay for them. The citizens of the United States. And here's another young lady that's thinking about becoming an auditor because of the way she's being treated.
And I know a lot of you guys are like, stand up for yourself. Do you want me to be here?
Yes.
Yeah, so, okay.
I'm a huge fan.
Oh, if I step in here, I'm going to be arrested.
Like Lakeland? In there?
They threatened to arrest me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
just
crazy.
like Lakeland.
Just like Lakeland, okay.
Yeah, just like Lakeland.
That's a
yeah.
shame, damn.
Yeah, so if you want a photo, you can come over here and get one. So I just want to just clarify something with you guys. I know a lot of you will be in the comments like, why don't you just, stand up for yourself, let them arrest you. At the end of the day, my priority and my responsibility is to my children, and I need to make it back home to them because they are what matters most. And while if I didn't have children, I would definitely just let them arrest me. That's not the case. So I do just want to clarify that. I've seen some comments. I just want to point that out there. But again, this is telling me that I can't be on public sidewalks, and I'm not allowed to go to these restaurants over here. I can't go to the splash pad with my children if I ever wanted to come here and do that during the farmer's market. I can't go down that little public place right there and patronize those shops. Because to get there, I'd have to go through the farmer's market, which is just very interesting. So here we are. It's Lakeland 2.0. That cop had a lot of funny things to say, and so we'll see if his tune changes when he has to sit through a retraining program for violating my First Amendment rights. And so with that being said, if you want to be up for another MAGA market on Saturday, stay tuned, hit that notification bell, or donate to my Patreon at patreon.com/Kaitlin Bennett. We can chat one-on-one, and if you want to know what I'm doing and you want to be a part of that MAGA market, sign up there. You'll get into my Facebook group, and I'll keep you updated with that so you can join me. We are outside of the Winter Garden Police Department. We asked to speak to a supervisor because that's something we didn't do in Lakeland, so we're going to make sure we talk to a supervisor and possibly file a complaint. It's really frustrating when this stuff happens. Even if the farmer's market had a rule that said that you aren't allowed to talk to people and film in there, that's illegal. And the fact that this farmer's market, the Winter Garden Farmer's Market, is literally owned and put on by the city of Winter Garden. They can't restrict First Amendment activities in a traditional public forum like that. And so it's just, like, I don't even want to have to be doing this. Like, I don't want to have to challenge the police or even get the police to try and trespass me. Like, that's not my goal. My goal is to talk to people, and it's just so frustrating. So anyway, we'll see what happens with the supervisor. Well, I have you here talking about farmers markets, and the exact same thing happening in Lakeland. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go down to our videos in the video section and find Democrats ban me from the Lakeland farmers market. The exact same thing happened then what's happening now, and we have an update coming about that situation. We have body cam footage, we have public records request that was just sent to us a couple of days ago, so we're gonna also be providing an update for that. So if you've been following that along, stay tuned, hit that notification so you get alerted when we actually do get that update out, and it's some good stuff. You're gonna want to see it.
Monday morning, since
Who else would I contact?
you can talk to our professional standards, and that's Lieutenant Darius. She deals with almost all the complaints. Or my lieutenant will be in Monday morning at probably around 10 o'clock. You can talk to them.
Okay. Can you tell me what city code or anything like that I was breaking?
As far as being on the property there for the farmers market?
Yeah.
So the city contracts out that property right there for the farmers market. They're a
To
third
who?
party. They're a third party vendor that manages the farmers market. So they basically convert that to a private event at the time, and then so anybody
How
that
do you
goes in there,
know that?
that's been given to me through my administration through City Hall. Okay, so that's I've been here 10 years, and it's always been ran that way. The city doesn't put any money into it. All they do is collect like the permitting fees and stuff like that from the vendors and stuff like that. But it's all done through a third party vendor.
What's the third party vendor?
I don't know off the top of my head what the name of it is.
So you're telling me the city of Winter Garden does not put that on?
The city does not sponsor. They don't put that on. No.
They don't put that on?
No, they don't put that on.
That's
So-
what it says on the website.
Correct. Yeah. So they're a sponsor of it, but it's within the city of Winter Garden, but they don't actually put the farmers market on. So everything that's coordinated through there is coordinated through a third party.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. If you don't
So-
know what that third party is.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay.
I can. It's kind of hard to get information on a Saturday.
Yeah.
But City Hall would have all that information for you.
Okay.
Or Lieutenant Dries, like I said, for professional standards, will be able to help you out and get that information for you.
Okay.
Okay.
And so you have no clue how it converts into private property?
As far as contracts or anything like that,
No, like city ordinance.
So
Like how, what magically transforms that space? Because usually it's public, right? It's public.
yes.
Okay.
correct, Yes.
So how does it transform into private property
I
when
don't
it's
have-
open to the
yeah, I
public?
don't have an answer for you. City Hall has been doing the negotiations with the third party, and I don't know if there's a agreement or some type of contract. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
So this farmers market, it's some third party private entity
Correct.
contacts City Hall and gets a permit for it.
Yes, so they have a permit, and then every one of the vendors has permits within that to be open air vendors
Right.
through that third party. So the city doesn't do anything as far as the organizing it, promoting it, anything like that, other than just being part of City Winter Garden.
That's interesting because online it says differently.
Okay.
Online it says this is hosted and put on by the city of Winter Garden.
Okay. I'd have to look at it and see.
Yeah.
But that's my understanding. That's what's been told to me.
And what if your understanding is wrong and you just threaten me with arrest for
Okay.
being in a public area?
Okay. I made contact before we actually ran you guys off of there with my administration, and our chief of police actually made the determination to have you guys leave. Okay. So this is coming not from me directly, from my chief of police. Okay.
Why were we being asked to leave?
Because they have rules and regulations of the farmers market. They have their own rules and stuff in there,
Of
and
course.
one of them is that you can't record like any type of like anything more than just your normal phone or something like that. You can take pictures and stuff, but if it's more of like a commercial type thing, then they don't allow that within the property of the farmers market. Okay, so
You know, and I wasn't going to mention this, but since he brought this up, you know, the way these cops act, and then we find out that the officer contacted the chief, and he was the one that did it. It just goes to show that if your cop shop is bad, you know, your cops are bad. 9 times out of 10, so is upper staff, meaning your chief, your sheriff, etc. And it's just funny to prove that, you know, that's the way it works. Just another nail in the coffin.
So that's what they were looking at.
Yeah. I read that before I came here, and that
Correct.
actually applies to like commercials or having a large
Yeah.
film crew with boom boxes
Yeah,
and large filming
they
equipment,
look
which
at
we
it-
don't.
Yeah, and they look at it as if it's going to be published anything, then there needs to be a permit for that through
Yeah.
the city, and then they can not allow them to proper the farmers
Yeah,
market.
but that's an illegal rule
Okay.
for them to have,
Okay.
and I wish I just
that's
had
something
you
that you
guys
can
to
go through.
understand
Yeah.
more about this, because we literally just went
Yeah.
through this in Lakeland.
Okay.
Where they had to, they threatened to trespass me. Well, they did. They gave me a trespass warning. They threatened me with arrest.
Okay.
And then my lawyer got involved. The city attorney got involved, and it was told to them that they can't do that. It's illegal to do that, and that a permit on a permit on a public space like that does not make the property private. That space is open to the public, and it's a public space. And so, I mean, I don't think you guys particularly know the in and outs of this, because we just went through this. But if you have something to say, I have another question. If you had something to say to respond to that.
I was just saying, like, I don't know, like I said, what the agreements are or what converts that to a private venue, as far as that's concerned. I know within the city, like the city has like parks and stuff where we have rules and stuff, so we can enforce those like certain hours and stuff like that, or
Of
conduct,
course.
stuff like that. So any type, and the only thing like here is like they basically extend the pavilion into the rest of the farmers market, because it used to just be the pavilion, it used to be real small, and then they just kind of get bigger and bigger. But I'm not sure as far as the legalities of that. Off the top of my head,
Were you just
passing it
following
down.
someone else's
I'm just passing
orders?
it down from our chief down through us. So that's been the standing ever since I've been here. That they basically rent that out from the city, and it becomes their venue at the time.
Yeah.
And then
Which is- Yeah,
So,
which
and
is-
I don't know the legalities as far as that's concerned. Our city hall, they have all the attorneys and stuff like that.
Of course.
I don't have that.
Yeah,
Do
of
you know
course.
if the footprint includes the sidewalks?
Yes. So anything from my understanding, anything within like where the black barriers are on the roadways, anything in there, like the splash pad itself is not part of the farmers market, but anything
Right.
like the roadways there and the sidewalks, as far as that's concerned, all the way from Highland here to Boyd, and then from Plant Street down to where our police cars were down there by the parking garage. So that's part of the farmers market. And that's the territory that they're given for the farmers market itself.
Right. So my question is, I was given a trespass warning,
Right.
so I'm not actually trespassed.
You are trespassed from there. So if you do return, you can be subject to liability.
So
for
are you
arrest
going to
if they
file
want to.
that, and I will
So-
get a paper
So
stating
I have a
that?
paper. Do you want me to give you a copy of that? I can do that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay, I can get that for you. Do you have any other questions before I do that?
That's like,
I can't believe this cop is dumb enough to give her a piece of paper that's trespassing her from the property. These cops are just stupid. You know, it's amazing. And, well, we have qualified immunity, so we're not worried about it. Well, you're going to lose your qualified immunity, so you probably should worry about it.
it's like an official trespass.
Correct, yes.
Okay. Yes, I would like that.
Yeah, I will get that for you. Do you
I
have any
don't
other
think I
questions
have.
can
Do you have
ask?
any other
Okay.
questions?
Not that I can think of right now.
Nope,
no.
that's
All
good.
right, let me get that for you, and then I'll be right back with you.
Thank
Okay.
you so much. Appreciate
You guys
it.
want to stay on
I
the
guess
heat, or you
follow up. Is that
Yeah.
trespass just for her?
good? Right now, yes. Yes.
Okay, so you can
I'm
go
not
ahead.
trespassed.
So we just trespassed her at the request of the farmers market staff.
Okay,
There was
so-
no mention of you or.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
But he's the one who had
I'm
the
the one that
camera.
was doing
Yeah.
the thing that they said isn't allowed to be done.
Did they
I don't
say
have
that
any
it's
questions.
because of anything that I was talking about, or?
Nothing specifically other than that you were going up and asking people questions and stuff like that, which was against their policies. And then there's also like a permitting process that the city has for recording and
Yeah.
like through
That
the
doesn't
Orlando
apply to
Film
me
Commission and all
though.
that stuff.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
like
I
said-
would like to. Yeah,
like I said,
yeah.
that's what that was brought up to us.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
but- okay.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, I ran all this through my chain of command through the chief, and that's
Yeah.
the direction that I got, and then that's
Yeah.
why we're here.
Well, we know you're just doing your job.
Yeah.
but-
So, and like I said, your attorney can get a hold of our attorneys and
Of
come up with
course.
some resolution, and then go from there. So,
Yeah.
But let me get that copy for you. and I'll be
Okay.
right back. Okay.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. There's a copy of the trespass warning.
Okay,
It's
so
got
this
your
is-
information.
yes.
It's got the person for the farmers market that requested the trespass, and then all the information.
So you're gonna give me his name, but I have it now.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so this is a warning. What about like this is not an official trespass?
So this is just basically saying if you return back to the property without permission from the farmers market, then you're subject to arrest.
I'm subject to arrest.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
What's the
So-
difference between a warning and an official trespass?
It's the same thing.
Oh, it's the same thing.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Alrighty. I have been.
Okay, I don't mean to be rude, but it's not the same thing. A warning is you're allowed to leave. The paper makes it to where if you come back on, then you can be arrested. But you have to be given a chance to leave first. That's your warning.
Been trespassed officially. Fine. Will this go through like courts? Like, will I get something in the mail for this, or
No,
this
that's
is it?
that's it. So,
Alrighty. Joseph David Desiato. Thank
he works
you.
for the third party.
He works-
So that's if she returns back at all, like not even filming, just shopping.
Yeah, if she returns at all, she's subject to arrest.
Does that expire at any point?
Like I said, she can stay outside the farmer's market.
Yeah,
Just
but
she
if I
can't go
just
back
came
on the
with my
property.
kids and I
Correct.
wanted to like get something to eat with
That
the
is
restaurants,
correct.
does this expire?
It does not expire right now, unless something changes from the event staff allowing you back on the property. Then we can
Alright,
reset it
or
and stuff like that.
Something happens
Yeah,
with our
or
lawyer.
through your attorneys and all that stuff. Yes,
Alright,
correct.
sounds good.
That's above my pay grade, and I'm not sure.
Of course,
how
of
that,
course.
all that works out. So,
Of course.
but-
Indefinite, yes. All right, here it is. I was officially trespassed. He said this is the same exact thing as an official trespass. And so, little old me got trespassed officially, I guess, from the Winter Garden Farmers Market. And so, I don't know what we're going to do with this, but stay tuned to find out because this is very interesting. For free speech. Free speech. I don't think they're going to get away with it, though. I don't know. My lawyer's pretty awesome, so let's see what happens.
Go.
I just wanted to point out also that they trespassed me for filming, but I didn't even have the camera. I just had a microphone, and my husband, who is my cameraman, who actually was filming, is not trespassed. So he can come back, but I can't, and we're being trespassed. I'm being trespassed for filming, but I actually wasn't filming. So that makes me wonder why exactly I was trespassed if I wasn't doing any filming. So, very interesting. Very, very, very pesky, you guys. All right.
Okay, guys. Like I said, go check her website out. Information's down below. I do hope she becomes a auditor because I guarantee you what, she's going to be something that's going to be hard to tangle with. She just has that demeanor about her that's just going to make her a darn good auditor. Anyway, guys, remember, always film the police and your public officials because you can't trust them to tell the truth. And do something good for someone else because it can come back to you. Guys, have a good one. Have a safe one. We'll talk to you again soon.